a 3-2 pitch. Long drive. This could be. It is a grand slam. Tigers win.
Growing up in Southern California, Alan Trammell played whatever sport happened to be in season. There was no specializing or year-round training and no chance of burning out or sustaining overuse injuries. All of those sports experiences, especially on the basketball court, helped Trammell evolve into a well-rounded athlete who went on to play 20 seasons of Major League Baseball, every single one of them for the Detroit Tigers.
Well, I just felt like, being fresh was important, and not getting burned out. So we played multiple sports, and I just felt like, just for example, basketball in particular was for a middle infielder. I think, the head on the swivel and being attentive and seeing different things. Obviously, in a basketball court, you can't have tunnel vision. You need to be able to see, both ways, things like that. So I thought basketball for me was very important. Yeah, we could do a whole show and talk for hours about my mentor, and not only mine, but a lot of the guys that played with the Tigers. And really, when I say that, a lot of guys that played for the Cincinnati Reds, and he's probably most known for the Big Red Machine, and he managed the Cincinnati for 9, but he managed for Detroit 17, so actually he was there a lot longer. But I'm so appreciative the fact that not only did he teach us how to play baseball the right way, but he also taught us, how to be a professional off the field, and how do you conduct yourself. And that goes hand in hand in being a professional athlete, at least how we feel, and that's how he felt. So again, I'm very appreciative that our lives crossed paths, and that I was taught by, I'm a little biased at the best, but certainly one of the best. Obviously, to play as long as I did, there's got to be a little fire, and I got upset, but I did it in a way that I did it behind the scenes, so to speak. But when I didn't perform well, I was upset. But in a way that I was taught well from my little league days all the way up, that there's a way to conduct yourself. And then obviously getting into the major leagues with Sparky, there was he taught us again basically the same thing, again, I think it starts with my family. I have a good upbringing, and just from there, I just ran into the right people at the right time that helped me and teach me the right way. Well, just to be a contributor was all I ever wanted to be, we had such a special group that year that everything came together, and we thought we would win more than one, but unfortunately we didn't. But at least we did, and what a magical year, starting off 35-5, and winning 17 games in a row on the road, which is an American League record. And it was just one of those dream years that whatever we did, whatever lineup Sparky put out that year, it worked. And again, just a dream year, and by far the best year for me that I've been a part of.
While that dream season will never be forgotten by Trammell, he knows that playing the game is filled with failure, and frustration can mount quickly with young players who discover that hitting a baseball isn't easy. So it's on coaches to help them deal with the adversity, stay positive, and embrace the challenge.
We're always rewarded with the good, but in baseball, you can do everything right at the plate, and hit a line drive, and it's right at somebody, and it's an out. And oftentimes you feel like I didn't succeed, but that's not true. In baseball, if you put together good solid at bats and hit the ball hard, you're going to have hits, but then fortunately people on defense are there to catch the ball, and it just so happens that you're going to make some outs. You're going to do everything right, and you're going to make an out. So you have to, again, go back to the coaching part to say, hey, you did everything right. That's part of baseball. And again, just being consistent with that approach to say, guys, we've talked about this before. There it is. You did it well. Pat him on the back and move on.
Alan Trammell has a lot of great memories from his youth sports playing days because he had coaches who truly cared. So listen carefully to what he says here about coaching kids, and always keeping in mind that every single one of them is different in their own special way. As a youth coach, you can be a difference maker in a child's life too.
We're always rewarded with the good, but in baseball, you can do everything right everything right at the plate and hit a line drive and it's right at somebody and it's out. And oftentimes you feel like I didn't succeed, but that's not true. In baseball, if you put together good solid at bats and hit the ball hard, you're going to have hits, but then fortunately people on defense are there to catch the ball, and it just so happens that you're going to make some outs. You're going to do everything right and you're going to make an out. So you have to again go back to the coaching part to say, hey, you did everything right. It's just that's part of baseball. And again, just being consistent with that approach to say, guys, we've talked about this before. There it is. You did it well, pat them on the back and move on.